Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we want to do like a small speculation video because in the latest Rock on Party King video of Supercell there were quite a couple of hidden things in there, and so many of you guys DM'd me on Discord, like wrote it into the comments and all of those amazing things, so keep those coming. And well, a lot of you guys said you should do a video about that. And we're starting off kind of the video at the beginning. I just wanted to show you kind of one of the most important scenes, which is going to be in the video. And this is this screen. We will finish there in we will stop there in a second. So obviously I've turned off like the music because otherwise I might get copy striked. So back to this scene, because this is one of the most important ones, I think. And this is kind of based on, this is the base of all of the speculations, because we can see in the middle the Party King skin. Like, that's kind of obvious that it's in the center, because this is going to be like the new King skin. And by the way, if you haven't bought the Gold Pass just yet, and if you're still thinking about doing so, make sure that you're using a creator code. If it's my credit code, it's code iTzu. Thank you guys so much. But let's get back to this scene, because we can see on the right side the Super Witch and the Super Wall Breaker. And the scene is kind of put in half with the Barbarian King in the center. And then we have on the left side an Archer and a Hog Rider. And it makes no sense to have two super troops on the right and two non-super troops on the left, especially when the Archer and the Hog Rider are looking a bit different. So let's take a look at that. So we're starting off the video with this scene, then the music is playing. You can see one more time on the right side the Super Witch. In the background on the right side we have the drummer, the Super Wall Breaker, and then on the left side we have those other two kind of strange looking troops, because you can see over here we have first off the Archer, which is looking a bit different. It's going to be in a close-up in a second, and then we have the Hog Rider going crazy, and especially his hog is looking a little bit different. Maybe it's just like a weird tattoo or something like that, but still, it's not looking normal. Then we have the Party Wizard going ham, so maybe that's already a hint that there's something happening as well. And now we have the Super Witch flying away. Now we have like a close-up, one more second, like there, of the Archer. And this Archer is definitely not looking like the regular Archer. So this might be the first in for the first Super Troop, which is coming like one of the next updates, which is the Super Archer. Obviously we will speculate a bit more about her ability, or like what she could do in a second, but well, let's keep the video rolling, because that's not the only troop, because we still have the Hog Rider, and the Hog is kind of the important thing about like this one, because it looks kind of different, at least a little bit. So it might be that there is going to be a super version of the Hog Rider as well, and on that we were going to speculate on that one as well. Then we have like chaos going on, the Super Wall Breaker is going crazy, everything is exploding, and that's kind of it. That's kind of the video. Then we have like the King noticing what is going on, because he was like in his own world going crazy over there. And yeah, I really like the video. So all of those things together, like I said, the first scene where we have everything coming out, then the split kind of like on the right side with the two already existing super troops, then the left side with the two maybe future super troops, and then obviously later on we have the troops kind of in close up, where was over here, like with the Archer and the Hog Rider. And yeah, I think personally that could be our new two super troops. And like I said, if you want to hear my opinion on that, make sure that you keep watching the video, because now we are going to discuss a bit more what is my opinion on like what could be the abilities of those super troops and how could they work. And obviously now it's up to you guys as well, because I want to have your opinions as well. What do you guys think? First off, is this too much thinking, and doesn't that make any sense to you? Which means like this is just like there's some like troops having fun, I don't know. So let me guys know what you think, and if you think it's going to be a new super troop, let me know what the super ability might look like. So I would say let's jump over to some attacks, and during that time we're going to discuss the new super troop abilities and what I think it's going to be. Okay, let's switch the overlay, because we're back in some attacks, and like I said, I want to have you guys a nice background gameplay so you do not get bored too much, because the video was just 1 minute, so we can't talk over that one for too long. And as you guys can see, we're doing a couple of like Zap Lalo attacks in Legend League right now, having a lot of fun with this strategy. To be honest, I'm far from being good at it, but still, it's a lot of fun, just goofing around a little bit. And you can learn so much about how effective those zaps actually are. It's pretty crazy, to be honest. But now let's get back to the Super Troop topic, because first off we had the Hog Rider. And to be honest, I think it's really hard to judge what this could be, because to be honest, normally what Supercell really likes to do is they're taking a couple of things from either Clash of Clans already, for example, like taking over from the builder base, or they like to copy it from the Clash Royale universe, like, which is kind of the same universe as Clash of Clans. So that makes sense, right? Like, it's like obviously the same company, so it's not really stealing any ideas or whatever. It's just like keep pushing this Clash universe, which is a good thing. But this makes speculating about it maybe a little bit easier. So what do we have in Clash Royale, for example? We have the Hog Rider, obviously, but then we have the Ram, or like the, I don't know what the exact name of that thing is, but it's kind of like a little bit more tanky. And so what about more tankier Hog Riders, but then a combination of the skeletons, which are having like this armor, which means the first trap, which is hitting the Hog Rider, is not being triggered, or like not being triggered, but not effective. Which basically means if this Hog Rider is stepping onto a spring trap, the spring trap is useless. But as soon as the first trap is getting blocked, well, the next spring trap, or like the next trap, giant bomb, whatever, is going to hit the Hog Rider like normally. I don't know if that would be too strong. Obviously, like, the housing space of the Hog Riders would go up, but still, would be a pretty cool idea, I think. But yeah, the Hog Rider is kind of complicated to like guess on. I feel like the Archer is a bit more easier, maybe. So let's jump over there, but let me know what you think of the Super Hog Rider. I think there are many possibilities which could be done over there. But now, the Super Archer, and there's like the obvious choice, the really, really obvious one, which is just like the sneaky Archer from Builder Base, right? Like, that's one of the most obvious ones. But to be honest, this Archer was not really looking that sneaky. Like, this Archer was not looking that sneaky, to be honest. So I think that's kind of off the table, or like less likely. Obviously not off the table, but like less likely. Let's word it like this. But then again, there were already a couple of discussions on the Super Archer being maybe the next one, and a couple of people were kind of discussing, or like having the idea of having like a magic Archer, which basically means you might know the troop from Clash Royale, where you have like this magic Archer, which can shoot through things, which means like the arrows keep traveling even though it hit already a target. And that could be pretty cool in Clash of Clans as well, even though I have to say for this idea, and this is why I'm not really sure if that's kind of likely to happen, it's kind of like the bowler, no? Like, I feel like the bowler is already having like this bounce effect, which is kind of like passing the first bidding which it's shooting. So I'm not really sure if a magic Archer would make sense over here, because it would be kind of like a bowler. And even though, yeah, obviously there's like not the bounce, not the effect, like the visual effect, but still, it's overall kind of the same. And where could you use like a magic Archer like this? I don't really know. Either way, let me know what you guys think and what might be the next Super Troops. Like I said, this video is purely speculation of the video and what you guys sent me, kind of like a collection. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let's get into the last attack, which I'm showing you guys right now. And I want to highlight a couple of things on this attack about Zap Lalo, because there's going to be a Zap Lalo video, like, especially for this strategy, really soon again, because it's still so powerful. But I want already to mention a couple of things on this video about like the Lalo. And I can give a huge shout out to Utah, who's doing like an amazing job of uploading really high level legend content at the moment, where, for example, I'm really falling short because I just don't have the time for, like, with like all of those qualifiers and everything, I feel like I personally don't have the time to really try hard and have good base and everything. So if you want to check like really high level Legend League stuff out, make sure to follow Utah on YouTube. I think he has an English YouTube channel as well by now, but like I'm watching normally his main channel, which is in Japanese, so I have no clue what he's talking about, but still the tags are amazing. And he's over there with like Klaus, who's right now like, I think by far the highest role player in Legend. Maybe us from Origin is coming close, but except those guys, like, they're really high up there. And I think both of them are using Zap Lalo, and it's just showing how good this strategy is. And watching their attacks, this was the one thing which I wanted to talk about, is seeing their switching in between of, should I zap the CC? Should I invest maybe only 5 zaps and just zap like something else? Or using sometimes the blimp, sometimes the slammer. For example, I always use the slammer. And when I see those attacks, they try to set up the blimp to make sure that they can target specific areas with their dragons, for example. So that's pretty cool to see. And yeah, that's kind of it already for this video. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like it. And otherwise, well, let me know down below in the comments what you didn't like and what you think about the new Super Troops. And well, see you guys in the next one. Until then, see ya and bye bye.